Now, when I think about masculinity, I think about the red and blue pill,
Mm,
the ideologies of it.
mm.
Now, before we get into it in a deep level, can you define, I mean, I'm sure you can, but how do you define the red and blue pill ideologies?
Okay. So here's what I define it as. And it's interesting that you bring them up because there's a concept. By the way, you might be seeing my girlfriend
Mm,
walking in the background. There's a concept called purple pill that I'm working on. Right?
mm,
Mm. Anyway, so red pill.
mm,
Okay. I guess we'll start with blue pill. Blue pill is the Western notion of how the world works. I guess like predominantly in a dating sense, i.e., be really nice, be courteous, buy her flowers. You know, all of the typical stuff that we see. For instance, if your girlfriend dumps you, um, get a stereo, play her favorite song, wait outside the window and play the song and let her hear you outside. And then, yeah, and just stand there looking while playing, playing the song. And eventually she's going to come around. It's all that stuff. Mm.
okay.
And the red pill is stuff that people don't want to admit,
Mm,
but is actually true. For instance, that women want a man who's stronger than them, faster than them, all that sort of thing. Or that women are aroused by men that are sexually dominant and maybe aggressive.
mm,
That if your woman dumped you, rather than do the thing I just said with the boombox, actually go out and get a woman who's even better looking than her and post a video of you on social media with that woman who clearly thinks you're amazing,
mhm.
then your woman's going to come back. Things like this. So the red pill is actually hard truths about the way women slash society really works that people in Western society don't want to admit, partially because they don't consciously know it, and secondly, because it sounds really horrible.
Mm,
It doesn't, a lot of the truths about how women really operate don't make women sound good if you believe that
mm,
we're not animals.
mhm.
If you realize that we're animals, it's like, well, yeah, obviously. But if you want to believe that we're like, we've elevated above our primitive beginnings and that we're not actually animals like lions or dogs or whales. That was something better. If you want to believe that, then yeah, this makes people look really bad, makes women look bad. So I guess that's the difference between the red and the blue pills.
Okay, and then you mentioned something you're working on. Is that something you want to talk about right now,
Yeah,
or?
yeah, I'll talk about it. So there's an
Okay.
idea I have in my head,
Yeah.
which is that so I'm in a relationship and something I've been consciously aware of for a couple of years is how do you have a great relationship
Mm,
that has the best of both worlds? Because if you're blue pill, then it's you're beneath her, she's a goddess, blah, 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 and she gets bored and she's not turned on. Okay, great.
mhm,
But if you're just Mr. Red Pill, right?
mhm.
You're a woman. I don't give a shit about you. I'm on my purpose. I don't care. If you died, I'm just going to carry on with my life. You can't have a relationship being like that. It's just not possible. Like, well, I mean, not a good one anyway. Like, not, it'd be a very toxic situation. So in my head, there's a concept called purple pill, which I'm kind of, but like, I haven't fully fleshed this out at all. But the idea is, how do you maintain the qualities of an attractive man while actually still having a heart and a soul?
Mm.
Basically, that's it. So, like I said, I'm in a relationship. My girlfriend, I just gave her a massage, and it was like an actual massage because she works out a lot and she gets pains from working out.
Mhm.
I must have given her a massage for about like an hour, and it was like a proper massage. I'm really trying to give the best possible massage I could give. This wasn't a sexual thing. I'm like massaging.
Mhm.
Now, that's not very red pill. I suppose I'm a simp, right? Because she should pay for a fucking massage therapist herself or something like that. But I want a great relationship with a great connection.
Mm.
So that's it. But again, I don't have like a manifesto to give you yet. You know what I mean?
All good. Yeah. Oh, that's good.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
My energy drink is purple, so maybe it's we're in a similar
Sign.
frequency. Yeah, it's purple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. There we
similar
go. It's a
frequency.
sign.
Yeah.
It's a universe.
Yeah, yeah, it is honestly. Synchronicity. No, that's good. All
Mm.
right. Now, okay, you kind of already mentioned this, but I'm just gonna ask it, and then you could break it down however you like.
Mm.
So, from the red pill and blue pill, what are the common misconceptions you encounter about both of these blue and red pill ideologies in your coaching practice?
All right. Well, I wouldn't say I encounter misconceptions in my coaching practice because, to be honest, when I'm coaching guys, I'm just telling them how the world works. And I don't really use the term red and blue pill that often. I only kind of really use it when I'm like speaking to society as a whole,
Mm,
really. So I don't really encounter misconceptions there. But a big misconception that I do see is, you see, like if I say something like, if you're a man and you are with a woman and you lose your job, she's likely to lose interest in you. Women might get offended. But in me saying that, that's a red pill statement, by the way. In me saying that, people think that I'm saying that's the way it should be or that's the way I want it to be.
mm,
You know, if you say, when you say red pill statements, people think that, I guess it's because that's what they do.
mm,
But they think that if I say something like, oh, a man's job is to protect and provide, that I'm saying I want a man's job to be to protect and provide.
I hear you.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying from what I can see, right? This is the way the world actually works. It's like literally like you study an ant colony and you go, oh, so there's a big, massive ant in the middle that every other ant seems to be trying to protect.
Mm,
Oh, okay. So I guess the way ants work is that that ant there, I guess we'll call that one the queen.
mhm.
That one's like the boss of everything, and then all the other ants are basically servants of the queen. What? You feel like ants should be servicing one gigantic ant, so one ant should have all the power? No, not really. I'm just saying if you have a look, that seems to be what's going on. So that's it. So when people say red pill stuff, like there's this idea that you're giving your wish for how the world would work, which ain't, that's not it at all. But then yeah, so I guess with blue pill stuff, it's like people believe that we can beat biology or the way you want it to be is the way it could be. So it's like if you say men, like here's one, like Leonardo DiCaprio with the young girls, right? People act like they can't understand why. Why? Why does Leonardo DiCaprio go for these young women? It's like, really, you don't see how a man who is ultra rich and successful and has access to more or less any woman on the planet goes for women that are in their physical primes. You can't comprehend it at all. You can't. You can't wrap your head around how that can be the case. It's just, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, what? It's okay. It's just so freaking obvious. But that's it with the blue pill. It's like we don't want to address the way things are, and it's if we can say, oh, of course, men should date within what's age appropriate, and there's no reason for a man above a certain age to be attracted to a woman under a certain age. That if you say it, you'll make it true. You ain't gonna make it true. Now, if you want to say it's inappropriate for men over a certain age to date women that are younger, so even though you're attracted to them, don't do it. Fine, I guess. I mean, I'll say let people do whatever they want, but at least you're being more honest. But to act as though you cannot comprehend, to act as though Like all over the world right now, there's men in their 60s looking at Pornhub, masturbating to girls that are 24.
Mhm.
All over the world. That's just the way it actually is. So yeah, the red pill is basically about saying this is the way the world actually is, where the blue pill is like, well, this is the way the world should be. Although not all of the red pill is actually true though. Like it may more or less is, but again, it's like you can't have a great relationship based on red pill principles. And then the red pill goes too far as well because the red pill they think that like you will never find a woman who will support you when you're down. And it's like that's actually not true because I've had women who supported me when I was down. I
Mhm.
have. I've been broke and been with women who like I can think of a woman right now. I was in a relationship with her and I was broke, and she was not bothered by the fact that I was broke. And she wasn't ugly. Now, was she rare? Yes. Right? Was she rare? Yes, but she existed. Another red pill thing they say is, oh, women don't take accountability. And it's like, no, most women don't take accountability.
Yeah.
But here's the thing most women don't work on themselves,
Mhm.
right? Women who are into self help take accountability because in order to do self help, you have to look at yourself as a real person.
Mhm.
So any woman who's really into some form of personal development or into spirituality, those women take accountability.
Mhm.
But of course, that's not the average woman. But if you just listen to the red pill community, they'll tell you, oh,
Mhm.
if she has a vagina, ovaries, and breasts, she does not take accountability. That's not true.
Mhm.
My girlfriend takes accountability.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
It sounds like red pill, they make a lot of straw man fallacies. Is that a fair statement?
All right. Just so I'm clear, what exactly is a straw man? Because I think I know what it is, but
Yeah.
just
I was
okay.
hoping you would know, so I don't have to think too hard. But okay, so straw man fallacy would be it's an example of the ant. You
Mm,
said that, these workers are helping out the queen. The queen is the boss. And
mm.
then someone takes that and says, oh, okay. So you're saying that we all have to serve one person. This person is like, they take something and then they make it a blanket statement, but it's not even like the point you're making.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think both sides do it.
They do. Okay. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I think both sides do
Yeah,
it.
that
Yeah,
makes sense.
I don't think either side is perfect. And so something about me is like, even though if I had to pick a team, if there's a gun to my head, I got to pick a team,
Yeah.
it's gonna be the red pill
Hmm.
because I feel like it's more true.
Yeah,
But
I
I
agree.
don't think either side is completely true, and I don't feel like I have to pick a team either.
Mm.
You know, so if if men do something that I don't agree with, I will call men out for doing that thing that I don't agree with. If women do stuff that I don't agree with, I'll call women out. I'm all about what's true and honest.
Mm.
Like something I say to my clients a lot is I've noticed that most men don't even begin to contemplate the fact that the women that they're trying to date are actually human beings.
Mm.
They don't think about it at all. So when they're on a dating site and they look at a woman's profile, all they care about is, do I like the look of her body and do I want to put my dick inside her? That's more or less all they care about. And they
Mm.
forget that there's a human being.
Mm.
And maybe even if just for like a selfish perspective, but speak to the human being about something that the human being actually cares about, and you might, you're going to be more likely to get a date. For instance, if you're talking to a woman and she has a picture of herself on the ski slopes, and let's say she's got 3 pictures on the ski slopes on a profile of 6 pictures. She probably really likes skiing, right? Therefore, if you speak to her about skiing, you'll probably
Mm.
get a good response. But most men don't realize that women are actually human beings. They don't,
Mm.
it's not something they're interested in at all. So it's like, oh, yeah, whatever. Or how many times I've had this happen where a guy's on a date? This would be like a client, and he's on the date, and he has a no. Let's say he's not on a date. Let's say he goes out with his friends and he meets a girl, and he has a great time with this woman, and she gives him her number, or like it just goes really well. Like he is so happy with what happened, and he's telling me, he's like, oh, I met this amazing girl. Like, she was so amazing. She was incredible. And I go, why was she incredible? And he says, well, she was hot and she smiled at everything I said. She laughed at everything I said. I'd be like, so Did she have any qualities beyond the way she looked that made you think she was worthwhile? And he's like, huh? I was like, well, as a person, is it, does all a woman need is to be hot and to laugh at what you say, and then that's it, you're completely sold. And then their minds are blown because they're like, oh my God, yeah. I didn't realize that women could have personalities and that's something you could be interested in.